Hi everybody and welcome back to the School Jotter YouTube channel. Today I'm with Lawrence from our sales team, who'll be talking to us a little bit about some of the latest DFE advice and a couple of our products. So Lawrence, do you want to take a minute to introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks, Sharon. My name's Lawrence Contreras. I've been working at Web Anywhere for 5 years now, working with secondary and primary, working in the secondary and primary education sector, from a range of things, from VLEs to websites and communication apps, all different types of things. I just see myself as a education consultant, really, to do with all things technology. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Great, thank you. So the reason we've started this show today is there's been some advice from the Department for Education all around supporting schools to be able to provide remote education. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this came out at the end of last week. So I think it was the 2nd of July. New regulations or rules, guidance from the Department for Education it's all around contingencies with remote learning in case there's any more spikes within certain cities, which we've seen in Leicester, and we're likely to see in other cities like Bradford, Barnsley and Rochdale, and also if there's a second wave, which if you believe in the news, there is a lot of evidence to suggest there will be a second wave at some point, whether that comes earlier than autumn, happens over the summer holidays, or happens during winter time. It's about having plans in place and processes for schools to be able to deal with those types of things. Recently, I think schools have been getting maybe a little bit comfortable. Not the right word for it, but they're getting used to things getting back to normal, and it feels like things are getting back to normal. And then seeing these spikes in certain cities has really opened the eyes, and I think that's accelerated plans from the DFE as well. That there needs to be steps in place for that. So to summarise what those requirements are, is they're going to need to have video resources and that type of thing available for children to use and access from home. They're going to need children to be able to submit work from their home if they can do, and they need teachers to be able to give feedback and mark that work as well. So essentially, to summarise, it's the return of the virtual learning environment for primary education at the moment.
Yeah, it's a very interesting point that you put at the end there, because I guess schools haven't really had to have a virtual learning environment for 7 or 8 years, have they? And I guess there will be a lot of people out there who are not familiar with what they are, what they do. And I know we've got a product that a lot of schools have been using already since the COVID-19 crisis began, and will potentially be looking to use moving forwards to help with these contingency plans. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that product and sort of what it does?
Yeah, sure. So what we have is the Learn module, and this is another module that sits within the School Jotter platform. So to log into it as a teacher or an administrative staff, it's the same username and password to log into the website, and you've just got this extra tile called Learn. What you can do with Learn is you can create your own topic sites or class sites. So you could, for example, have a class 6 learning site which has tabs across the top. Instead of your school website saying key information about us, our curriculum, your class 6 site says science, maths, English, geography, history, with subpages underneath history, for example, Vikings, Romans, Egyptians, Anglo-Saxons, that type of thing. Teachers can then very easily put their resources that they currently have, whether they want to upload a file or they want to copy and paste different bits from Word documents and slideshows that they currently have, if they want to write up anything they've got from textbooks, or if they want to embed any videos online, which I find is the most useful resource. BBC have made some great content. There's horrible histories. There's BBC Teach, so 10-minute videos on who were the Vikings, for example. And you can go straight onto YouTube, copy the share code off that, and embed that on your Viking topic site or on your section of your Class 6 page, for example. You can then create a self-marking quiz next to that if you want to, maybe based on the video or based on the work that you've uploaded. There's little features in there that the questions can be randomized and multiple choice can be randomized as well if children are doing them together, so they can't just copy each other. But in the case that they're doing it at home and isolated, it's very, very simple to create, and then it gives feedback as well between the pupil and the school on what the results were. You can allow reattempts, average mark, highest mark, different things like that. Teachers are also able to set exercises and essentially homework, which pupils can upload work to, whether that's a document they want to upload or they take a picture of something they've drawn or written. And then your teachers can give feedback on that as well. It's all secure, so pupils are going to only see their own work, and the teachers are going to be able to see a list of the pupils who've submitted and the grades that they've given on that.
Okay, great. So, I mean, when you talk about embedding video and adding these quizzes and things, that sounds like it might be something that's quite complicated at first glance to do. Do you think Jotter Learn is set up so it's a bit easier for teachers to be able to do that?
Really simple to do. If you know anything about our websites, you'll know how easy they are to edit. But even if you don't, you're on your learning site and you click Insert Item, either video or embed code. And where would you like to put the code? Here. And then you'd literally copy and paste the code from a YouTube video or a Vimeo video. It's very, very simple to do. Just a few clicks, and with no effort at all and 10 seconds of time, you've got a really nice learning video on your class page.
Great. So we know we've got quite a few of our school customers using it at the moment. Are there any other add-on modules that you find are helping schools from the Jotter suite?
Yeah, so we've got, I'd say there's 5 more really good ones that are the most commonly used. So the student version of the Learn, or the way I say it is the student version of the Learn. So teachers update the Learner module, but students have an e-portfolio that they can update, which is a separate thing. So it effectively is their own private website. And instead of being able to insert a quiz or exercises or homework, they can submit things like certificates and hobbies, and things that they've done, and they might create their own site that says summer holidays. This is what I did over summer holidays, or this is what I've done this term. They could break it down by term. This is what I've done, and teachers again can leave feedback on that. And if we want to, we can create parent login accounts as well, and they can see their own child's work and the Learn like sites that they're linked to as well. We've also got the spelling, which is probably our most common after the Learn, and the spelling module is essentially spelling tests. It comes with 140 preset lists, which is a big USP for schools. They don't have to create their own, but they are able to create their own if they do want to. It's case sensitive, so your months of the year, which you need in capital letters, they're going to work. But also if you need to put little characters like hyphens for words such as re-edit, which is part of curriculum as well, then they can do that. You can set those as tasks for the pupils to do at home. All of this is all tablet responsive as well. Every aspect of what we have in School Jotter is tablet responsive, so they can do this on tablets at home. And what's really nice is we have the community lists as well. So other schools that maybe create their own, you could search for that. So if you type in Key Stage 1 on spelling in the community area, you'll find that people have done Key Stage 1 lists, words A to B, words C to D. And then you can just copy those and redistribute them out to your own class as well. There's a nice feature we added a couple of years ago called Brain Train to the spelling module. And this effectively acts as a weakest words. So any words that a child gets wrong will go into an area called Brain Train. If they've got them wrong in a test, they go into their own personalized Brain Train area. So the teacher doesn't have to go, you're struggling with these words or you're struggling with those words. It will automatically do that in the system, and the child has the ability to, in their own time, practice their own weakest words.
Great.
On top of that, we also have forums, which is exactly what it says on the tin. You've got the ability to create forums and share information between pupils and teachers. We also have messages, which is an internal messaging system within the 4 walls of the School Jotter system. So it's totally secure. You cannot email out, and you cannot have any spam email in. That module was originally made when emailing was part of the computing curriculum, which it isn't anymore, but it's a useful tool, and it's just a nice thing to add on to all of this. We also have a merit system as well, where we can distribute merit points to certain children and what those are for. Children can then use the merit points to either create their own avatar and add like it's like a sticker basically, and add features and costumes and that type of thing. But you can also create your own shop. So if you're using this in school, for example, you could add 50 merit points for 10 minutes extra playtime with a friend, and they can use that currency however they wish to. So yeah, that's the extra modules that we do offer.
Great. There's lots and lots that schools can use there. And I guess it all just works together to make sure that attainment isn't suffering at times like this. If if children have to work from home on an individual basis because they're self-isolating, or even if, like you mentioned, there is a second spike. So there's lots there that schools can use. So if people want to find out more about School Jotter, how do they go about doing that?
They just need to ring us at Web Anywhere. It's 01133 200 750, but also we have schooljotter.com. And we also have a watch and learn site with videos on there as well, which is schooljotter.watchandlearn.com or .co.uk.
I'll make sure I include some of those links in the description box for this video. Thanks very much for your time, Lawrence.
Yep, been a pleasure. Thank you.
And I'll speak to you again soon.
Yep, cheers, Sharon. Speak to you later. Bye.
Bye.